South Jersey bad boys. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Look at this. We got coffee instead of Busch Light. This is
Morning pod.
yeah, morning pod with Canadian coffee because this is how South Jersey does it.
Timmy Hortons?
Yeah, Timmy Hortons. Apparently Tim Hortons was a Canadian hockey player or something. You know, few and far between Canadian hockey players. And just open up, it's like their Dunkin' Donuts basically, which they open one right around the corner here. And there's none really down this way. So I've been going there. It's actually pretty good.
It is good. Horton here's a whore.
Yeah. There's a lot of whores over
Timmy
there.
Hortons.
Yeah, Timmy Hort's. Fuck
Timmy
the
Horse.
Donkeys and the Starbs. It's all about Timmy Hort's.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's been the spot to go to on a hungover Sunday morning. After
Little hungover after a wild night at the Crick last night.
we knew it was going to be wild going into it as I was drinking a brown bag of liquor with some blue drank in the back. I mean, it
that
was
blue drank.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what was in it, but I don't think you had any because you would have went into
I
diabetic
would have
shock.
went into diabetic shock immediately, so
Yeah.
I knew to stay away from that. But I appreciate
Yeah.
Drew hooking up all the comedians
All the
with homemade Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And
It was a secret recipe of a vodka mixture with a some type of Hawaiian punch style drink.
was it
And,
good? I didn't try it.
It was. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Because I had that with my little gas station malt beverage,
Nice.
as they called it.
Nice little combo.
Every time I go out to Central PA where they have sheets at, they sell that shit in sheets. And it's just like on a rack at the register. Like
Yeah.
instead of having, you know, a Wawa soft pretzels and brownies or whatever, they got, you know, glass bottles of liquor.
Yeah.
So I always get some because they're like shots, but they taste like candy, but they're 12%. Like, so
That's how they get you on the way out.
That's how they get you. Me and the teenage girls going in there in their horse and buggies. It's
You
just
teenage girls and alcoholics.
yeah, exactly.
Alcoholics everywhere.
All these Mennonites just running in there out in the middle of York County, just getting into it. So, but yeah, wild night in Bucks County.
Got a little out of hand.
A little out of hand. We're gonna break down what happened here at the Comedy on the Crick.
Our bad boy of the week.
We got a bad boy of the week right off the bat, and it's Ed from
Shout out to Ed from the Crick. From the Crick show.
the Crick show. I don't know where. Like, I wanted to figure out where he lived, but at a certain point in the show, I just didn't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
And I was hosting, so I'm going up in between everybody. So multiple people, person after person after person, they had an interaction with Ed on stage, and it did not go very well. Like, it kind of went sideways, but then they won it back.
Granted, looking back at the tape, I did not handle it great. But it was built up because, like you said, he kept talking to every single person on stage. By the time I got up there, I'm like, if he says one thing to me, I'm going to fucking lose it. And he actually, looking back, was not, he's just one of those people that doesn't understand how a comedy show works. But he was giving Tata a hard time. And by the time I got up there, I'm like, I'm going to fucking say something to this dude. And yeah, I went off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it went off the rails. And it got pretty scary, dude. I was genuinely scared.
It almost got physical.
I thought I was going to get knocked the fuck out. And everybody in the back was going to be taping it, put it on World Star immediately. I thought I was going to be like, comedian gets knocked out at local show.
Yeah, and immediately, as soon as I saw, which we'll go through it, as soon as things got heated, I was like, oh, let me grab the camera.
It was one of, I mean, the tape, it kind of, you know, it obviously shows what happened, but it does not express the tension that was in the room. Like, you could feel it escalating, and that's when I started to get scared. It's like, we weren't saying that crazy of stuff back and forth. I mean, I dropped a couple of lines that I'm not proud of that will probably toilet flush out of here.
Yeah.
But
in the moment, that's what people don't get is that, like, in the heat of a moment, just like outside of comedy, like if you're talking to somebody, you ever say something you probably are like looking back on, it's like, that probably wasn't the best thing. It's not that you said anything like that, but people always go after comedians like, how could they possibly say that, as if everything up there is a rehearsed line, like a play.
And it doesn't show a lot of times like what led up to it. It doesn't show, like,
oh yeah,
you know, we have a little bit of the footage, but like it doesn't show how he was talking to every single comedian beforehand, and why I kind of, you know, it was built up a little bit by the time, you know, Ed started to come at me.
Now, if we put part of your clip on there where you just start going at him and he's getting all worked up and everything, people could see that and think you were the bad guy.
I'm going to look like an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of an asshole.
But you were, I think at that point, the whole room was on your side. You heard people towards the end. We'll play through it and show you, but like you were at the point where the whole room was on your side. And luckily I have my tape. So this is literally 2 minutes in to the show.
That's true, because you start off, you're hosting, so you're the first one. So it doesn't, like, at this point, he's kind of starting to chirp a little bit.
Yeah.
But then throughout the night, they had to tell him to shut the fuck up and stop yelling shit at the comedians like 4 times. Yeah. And that's what he said to me at one point. He's like, apparently I can't say anything. I'm like, yes, you fucking can't, dude. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah, they went over to him and told him, you need to shut up. I don't know what Jess, who one of the two fine people running comedy on the Crick, said to him. She went up and said something, and I guess...
Which was nice that they even handled it and policed the room, because a lot of times people will just let that go, and Jess and Drew did a great job of telling him. I mean, you can't control people all the time, but they at least told him, look, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So this is where I was hosting, so I'm the first person up on stage. 2 minutes and 17 seconds in was the first interaction with this guy into a show that lasted almost 2 hours. And this is just from the get-go, a quick little back and forth I had with Ed to start.
Ozark? Yeah. Are you an Ozark fan or Breaking Bad? What? The Ozark part? Yeah, I love that part. You laughed at the Ozark part. The punchline was the Breaking Bad part. You like Ozark though, right? Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Every sentence with motherfucker. You go to a job interview and they're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hell yeah, motherfucker.
That's a good line.
Like, do you think you're a team player? Hell no, motherfucker. Just stay along.
So that's just the first interaction with him, and
good diffusion. You kept it still friendly.
Yeah, because
didn't come at him.
Yeah, no, and
the right way to handle that situation.
And that's why I like hosting. Is I'm not confrontational. I don't think I would ever, unless somebody was like the biggest dickhead in the world. I don't think I'd be able to actually go at somebody. And
I'm generally not the confrontational guy, but
no.
I guess I have my moments.
Yeah, which everybody does, I think. But if you get set off a certain way, this way was, at the beginning of the show, I'm like, oh, people, I'm going to wake them up a little bit. This guy's playing back and forth. But then I'm not going to go to this part, but somewhere else a few minutes in, I'm not sure where in my set it was, but I started using the hell yeah, motherfucker. And he looked at me dead in the eyes and was like, if you keep saying that, I'm going to charge you for it. And he looked like he was going to come up to me with like an invoice of
he would say stuff and he looked like he was about to fight you at any second.
Yeah, he had that demeanor, and he was like maybe what?
He looked scary.
He, like early 50s, like shorter, stocky guy,
short little dumbass white dude with glasses,
and was bald.
Looked like he didn't look intimidating. He just looked like he had screws loose.
Yeah, and he just like you said, he probably never been to a comedy show.
Yeah,
and then
clearly had never been to one.
So that was just me. Then a couple other comics came up. Tata went up there, who
handled it great.
She handled it great. She ended up doing shots with him in the back towards the end.
He would not leave her the fuck alone at the end of the night.
He would not. Yeah,
unfortunately, she got caught by him. Yeah. But he kept Tata's killing. He kept interrupting her set. Tata's still being friendly with him and doing it. But I'm watching it and I'm already getting annoyed because he's fucking up the whole show.
Yeah.
So by the time I get up there, the tension is built.
Yeah, it is. And this is at one point after you finish a joke that had a really good punchline at the end of it, and people are laughing. He gives you feedback, and we're off to the races.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad that's the only part of my set that you enjoy so much. I love that you've also been giving a one-on-one commentary the whole time. Everybody said tonight. You're like, that one was good. That one was not good.
Which was exactly what he just did at my thing. He was just like, oh, yeah, that one was good. Like that.
Yeah. And people don't understand. A lot of times people that have never been to a comedy show, he's getting offended that I comment of what he's yelling out. And he doesn't understand. If you like a joke, you don't have to yell out, hey, I like that one.
Yeah,
you could just laugh.
Yeah, and
he could just laugh.
He's like just saying it out loud, like he's at home watching TV around people, and he's like, oh, that was good. That was good. It's like, we can hear you, and it distracts from what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm already pissed.
Yes, you're Ed.
I already knew his name. I keep drinking Diet Coke nervously.
And he just said, fuck you, cocksucker.
Yeah. I said, dumbass Ed won't shut the fuck up. He did not like that.
No.
I said, what are you going to do?
Yeah, we know, dude. That's why we've all been asking you to shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. I'll yell out at a comedy show.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was going... Telling him...
You
This is where it's getting bad. And he stood up. At this point, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to rush the stage and knock me the fuck out. I know it's your birthday party.
Yeah, it was.
He apologized.
There was like a younger girl there with them at their table, and the women at the table, by the way, had tattoos up to their necks. Which, it was. I mean, they were kind of frightening me in a way that, you know.
But they look.
They were
pissed.
fine.
They looked like they were pissed at him.
They were
for ruining the night. And at that point, once he stood, I mean, I said something to him. I think I told him, like, you haven't shut the fuck up all night. And he goes, fuck you, cocksucker.
Yeah, he said. Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, he's getting really, really dicey.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll yell out. And then I said that back. And then he stood up. And that's where I'm like, oh, fuck. This. Yeah. I should not be continuing to escalate this.
Yeah.
It's me trying to get out of it now.
You made it lively, that's for sure. I know I was about to punch you in the face right there. My adrenaline is pumping. You know, it's the weirdest thing at the comedy show that you have to. Are we good?
Are we good?
Well, he said that to me. He goes, are we good?
But you see how it's hard sometimes?
He keeps trying to get the last word in, and that's making me more angry.
It's like, you know, when you're in trouble at school, it's real quiet.
Drinks Diet Coke nervously.
Yeah.
That's my backup. Just in case.
Somebody dropped their phone in the back. I think they're getting ready to tape me get knocked out.
And then.
What'd he say?
He said,
fucking continue?
He said, make me laugh and I'll fucking continue. Like, he's basically saying that, like, when you say something funny, I'm going to comment on it. So, like, if you make me laugh, this is going to continue.
Yeah. And at that
Which
point,
I guess was a good thing because everybody was doing great. And, I mean, he was causing issues the entire time, which means he was laughing.
At this point, though, it's so tough to figure out because he's like, are we good? And I'm like, are we good? And then he sits back down and then he's like, make me laugh or fucking continue. And but I can't tell if he's really angry or if he thinks that he's being funny.
Yeah.
And he's having a good time at this point because my adrenaline's pumping so hard from him standing up and not being sure if he was going to like rush me that now I'm like, I don't know what the feeling is. Like, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
You're still continuing, Ed. Why is your name Ed? Is that short for special ed, dude?
Which, once you said that, I was like,
and we're good.
you were like, and we're good. That's the last.
I had to get the last word.
Give me that one.
And then I said that, and he started to get on my side.
Well, that's
thank God.
Once you said that, I was standing right behind the camera because I'm like, yeah, if you know you're gonna hold your own up there, and Drew can handle it, and there was a corrections officer sitting in the crowd right there as well. So I was like, I'm just gonna have the camera here. So
yeah, that was fucking Ed, bad boy of the week.
Yeah, he was the bad boy of the week. And by the end of the show, I'll throw the photo up here. Did you see the photo of him? He got in there and started throwing up some deuces. We throw up deuces on the South Jersey Bad Boys. He went in there just full bird. That was it.
After the set, I'm sitting in the back. I'm watching the rest of the comedians. I see him get up, and he's walking toward the back because the bathroom is behind me. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, here we go. Like, well, I'm gonna have to talk to this motherfucker. And he comes walking by, looks me dead in the eye, holds out his hand, and goes, "You were really funny." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude?" After all of that,
that's what everybody turned their heads and broke their necks waiting to see that interaction.
Yeah.
And then he did that, and then he was in the bathroom. I think he was puking, and it sounded like he was puking.
He was in there for a while.
Yeah, I think he was either shitting, puking, maybe both. But I saw that, and then I was like, if he's still in there when I go up and get the next comic off stage, which was probably a whole set later, 10 or 12 minutes later. I went up there and then said that, and then his whole table was laughing. Like, they were all laughing, like they were having a good time and everything. But it also gets to a point of like, are they just like, none of them said one word to him throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was getting bad too because he he started to feel like he was the butt of the joke, and he was like a little kid who all of a sudden he's like, why am I being made fun of?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, like as more people continue to talk to him, I hope he doesn't go off and just snap.
Yeah, because
that's what I was worried about.
That's where that type of person feels like their back is up against the wall and they're turning it on them. Like, he was just having a good time, but he didn't realize he was turning the entire place of 70 people around on him. Most people never realize that. They think that they're just going back and forth with the comic. You got an entire group of people that are watching this, and they're like, this guy has not shut the fuck up the entire time.
He thought he was getting heckled, and I'm trying to
explain.
I was going to try to explain, but then I realized as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, he doesn't understand. I don't have time to explain how life works to this guy, where I'm like, if you were yelling out at comedians, I have the microphone, you're in the audience, how do you not understand that you are the heckler tonight? And he's like, I did not think I was going to be heckled tonight. And I'm like, well, maybe if you didn't yell out at people, did you think that maybe had something to do with it?
Yeah, that had something to do with it.
But he really thought, he was like, man, I came out tonight to have a good time and everybody attacked me. I'm like, dude, you could not be more wrong.
Yeah, if you could just show him back the clip. And but he started saying that he didn't expect the table to be made. I don't think I briefly just talked of whose birthday it was. I didn't say anything about any of them, make fun of any of them.
Nobody made fun of them or him at all until I didn't even make fun of him. I just told him to shut the fuck up, and then once it escalated, I started making fun of him a little bit. But like, nobody was attacking him; they were just telling him to shut up. Yeah, and then I guess and
then other people in the back were kind of telling him to shut the fuck up too. Yeah,
it was dicey.
That was, but
thank God, I came out unscathed.
Yeah. And overall, this is the first time I've ever seen something like this happen at the Crick. I mean, these are hot crowds. Everybody else in there is great. So
that's the first time that's ever happened to me.
Anywhere,
where I for a second felt scared on stage. I've never gotten that close to an altercation where somebody, I'm like, I don't know if they're going to get up here and punch me.
Yeah, but that I've never had that happen to me. Just people that were annoying, but like not in they didn't turn aggressive.
Yeah.
So I think it was handled well. It all ended up being fine. End of the show, he was around. Nothing happened beyond that.
He came and took a picture with us. We all gave him the middle finger.
Yeah, and
we'll have to put that as the cover of this episode,
of the
thumbnail of just all of us giving him the middle finger.
Yeah.
Fucking Ed. He's going to find this on the internet and be like, what the fuck? They were attacking me.
You think he has access to the internet?
No, that's a good point.
Is he going to be on Instagram just double tapping this video and he's going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, he's probably on Facebook arguing with people.
Yeah. He's
somewhere.
He's in the Living in Levittown Facebook group and he's just like in there just calling people scumbags.
Yeah. I wonder he's doing some trading on Craigslist.
And towards the end of this, I wanted, because I had to fill time before Rob got there, and I was like, I'll talk to people about what they do for work, because I didn't bring up that in my set at the beginning. And I was like, I would love to talk to Ed about what he does for work, but I'm not going to even talk to him anymore after this. And in between people, I was terrified to address anything, because I didn't want to go up there and make it seem like a lecture, like, just to make everyone aware that you only should talk if you're spoken to by the comic and blah blah blah. But and that's really the one rule. You only reply when you're actually directed something towards you. Like,
so he got himself in trouble. He just kept commenting on everything the comedians were saying. But I don't think that Ed is mentally capable or allowed to have a job.
Yeah, he's definitely been a part of a enriching type of program where like the state's involved and they get him into the works and everything. Yeah, we've definitely driven past him on 95 as he's been in an orange jumpsuit picking trash up off the side of the road.
Let's just say he's being supervised at all times.
He was wearing shorts and I didn't see a house arrest monitor on his ankle, but
surprising.
I'm pretty sure there was one there. But
well, then he would have to have a house, and
he probably has one. It's just it can move. He just tows it around with a F-150 wherever he wants to go. But the Bucks County Beatdown, it is a really good time.
Congrats on being Bad Boy of the Week, Ed. You made our night.
Yeah, Bad Boy of the Week. Show went off great and
gave us some good content.
Come back to the Comedy on the Crick.
That's going on Instagram, Ed.
August 26th.
Shoot me a follow, you bitch.
He's gonna
find me and kill me.
He's gonna smash the dislike button on this. Yeah, he is gonna skin you alive. He's the Buffalo Bill of Bucks County. Jesus Christ. So I don't know if you're a K-pop fan, but
no.
I tend to watch a lot of their music videos. I gotta stay with it. That's what keeps me young. A lot of people put facial cream on. I watch K-pop videos.
Sure.
So I saw this video. I believe this was from China. This happened this past week, and really incredible performance. As you can see, what goes on here.
All right, what's gonna?
I mean, it's just.
This does not.
You got like 12 dancers. You
good.
got all these screens above, and then
Oh!
wow!
Oh!
And then it falls and it hits somebody else. It's just
That sliced that dude in half.
it just went right on top. And there's another angle we're gonna play here, but I mean, it just comes right down and just.
Oh my god! My god, dude!
And then they just couldn't get out from underneath of it. I mean,
Jesus Christ!
Now,
is that guy dead?
He's not dead. They 2 injuries, as far as I know. They were
How
injuries.
bad is he injured?
It would be funny if he
Does
just
he
came
still
out
have
of
a
it.
head?
Watch him just have a like indentation that's like 4 inches wide all the way down his body from this massive
my
screen.
God, how did that fall off?
Well, I know that people say, you know, not very high quality things are made in China, and I guess this screen was just like I have no idea. It's just
Guys, you got to invest in not the knockoff stuff if you're gonna have K-pop performing under you.
yeah, this definitely was not a Sony or a Samsung screen. This was
my God, that TV is massive.
Yeah, look at all these. Those are probably like
It hits him perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost as if it was perfectly planned on that. What did this guy know about Hillary Clinton? That's what I want to know.
I am shocked that this man is not dead.
Yeah, I don't know how somebody survived that. Let's take a look at the other clip here and go right on down.
Yeah, let's get a better angle on here. Oh, here we go.
This is a nice up close shot. Look at this.
This is some lucky fan's first concert. Yeah, love is so. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude, he was sliced like a PB&J sandwich.
Yeah, just damn.
Oh my God.
And then you see the guy go up on the side. Let me pause it here because
It
this
goes directly onto his head.
Look at when it falls, right? And then this guy here, do you see him? He's like trying to hold, like, oh, let me hold this up really quick. It's like that screen is probably 18 feet long. It just came crashing.
He was squashed like a Looney Tune.
Yeah, and then that literally looked like it was out of a cartoon, like he was the Wile E. Coyote or something.
And it falls on this guy?
It falls on this guy too, even though he tried holding it up. It knocks him down. Not as bad, but like he fell down.
Oh my God. And we're still going to be back on tour next weekend.
Get up and get out there.
The Chinese work ethic, man. They do not stop.
Dude, like if this happened to like somebody like, I mean, I really don't know the difference between all these. I don't know if this is K-pop or if it's just a whatever the hell.
That's called K-crack now.
Yeah. K-pop, crack, snap, crackle, and pop.
K-pop your fucking head off. Jesus.
Right on the stage.
Oh my God.